Hi, and welcome back to Fresh BCSC Tech in 5. In this 5-minute Friday, I'm going to show you a helpful tool for giving feedback and really encouraging some dialogue with students on their assignments. And this tool is called Mote. Now, if you've heard me talk about this one before, it's kind of one of my new favorites that keeps getting better and better throughout e-learning, distance learning, and remote learning. It's still a startup company, so it's still fairly new, and I expect to see even more great features down the road. So Mote is an extension that works in Google Chrome, and specifically it works in G Suite productivity tools. So slides, docs, really those resources that you're using and giving your students to use for assignment purposes, and they submit back to you. And the awesome thing with Mote is that it allows you to add some voice note feedback for your students. There are paid versions and free versions. With the paid version, you do get access to that for the first 30 days that you actually add the extension and make your account. And the cool thing with the paid version is that it creates transcripts, and you can translate the transcripts of your voice notes into really any language under the sun. So in my district, BCSC, we do have access to Read and Write for Google Chrome, which does have a voice note feature, but the voice note on Read and Write for Google Chrome only works on Google Docs. The cool thing with Mote is that you can use it across G Suite productivity tools. So to get started, you can go to mote.com, and there is the ability there to add it to Chrome right from here. Otherwise, you can go to the Chrome Web Store, and you would see the prompt here to add it. I already have it installed, so it's there, and you'll know it's installed when it's this little purple M across your top toolbar. If you don't see it here with your other extensions, chances are it's hidden under the rest of your extensions if you have a lot like me. And if you click the little pin button, then it pins it across the top here, so that's helpful to do for some of your frequently used ones. So after you have added Mote, the way that you use this is pretty simple. So whenever you see the comment button on a Google Slides presentation or Google Doc, you'll have this little purple M Mote logo that will pop up, and that is how you add a voice note with Mote. The first time it'll probably guide you through some setup, wants you to link your Google account with it and have permission to use your microphone, which is okay. If you want to be able to use the specific features of this tool, you'll give it allow. But whenever I want to add a comment on a Google slide, for example, I can go here, or I can go to the insert button and add a comment from there. But if I want to give my students feedback, maybe they need to add their name on this title slide. And if I want to make my feedback more accessible, this is a great tool to use. So there are some research pieces out there. It was a study of virtual learning schools in the state of Michigan, a variety of them over the course of 2 school years. And in that study, students noted afterwards they felt more connected to their teacher and more motivated to persevere when there was audio or video feedback from their teacher rather than just typed out comments. So this is a great way to still feel connected with your students, even if they're scattered across different locations in their learning environment. So what I would do is I see this little Mote button here that pops up, and I'm going to click that. All right. And I can record up to 90 seconds at once here. And I can just keep talking, keep going. And whenever I am finished, I click stop, and it takes a second. And whenever I'm done there, I can click post comment. And what it's doing right here is it's making my audio file so my students can listen, and then it transcribes it. So I said in the paid version, the difference here is that your transcriptions can be translated into other languages. Now, if you have the free version, like what I'm using, you still have the ability to have transcripts that just can't be translated within Mote's tools. So if I see this here and I feel like it's good to go, I can click show more, and I can add another Mote comment if I wanted to. Otherwise, I can click edit, and I can and I can record my transcript right here. The translate button again is only on premium. It might prompt you to pay for that, but I can listen back to it. I can download this if I wanted to and save it somewhere else, upload it somewhere else. Whenever I'm finished, I would click save if I had made changes and exit. So that's how you add Mote feedback notes within a Google Slides presentation. So if I wanted to do this in a Google Doc, for example, then you could technically use the Read and Write for Google voice note comment example that I mentioned earlier. So if I wanted to add a comment here, remember Mote is all through comments. I could click the comment button, or I can go through the insert menu to do that, but I'll click a comment, and the same little Mote icon appears here. And I would repeat that same process that I just showed you in Google Slides. So that is Mote in a nutshell. It's great for giving students more accessible feedback and giving them tips and pointers. That's not only efficient for the teacher just to record, but also is helpful for them because it adds the audio and transcript there and lets them feel more connected to you. I would love to hear how you're using this tool. And if you have any questions, please let me know.